Okay, let's look at another example dealing with a car. A car's average velocity for a certain drag race was 125 feet per second. If the track is 1,000 feet long, how long did the car actually race? So this one's actually easier than the last example. I'm going to explain why. Notice I underline average velocity because that will tell us this is an average rate of change problem. Velocity is a rate of change. So here's our car, start to finish. Drew a little picture for step one. Went 1,000 feet, and it averaged 125 feet per second. Okay, that's an average. Now we can actually use this information to figure out how far this car's traveled. Just like last time, we're going to convert our words to variables. Average velocity, again, is change in s over change in t. Track length we'll call change in s, change in position. How long is change in t? So you can see this equation is going to be very simple. We're going to write out what we know. We know the change in position is 1,000 feet, it's how long the track is, and we know its average rate of change or average velocity was 125 feet per second. So what would the equation look like for this one? Well, pretty simple. Average velocity is just going to be change in s over change in t. Very easy, right? So we're literally just going to plug in our change in s, and we're going to plug in our average velocity. And hopefully we can solve for change in t, right? We'll know 2 of our 3 variables. So there is our average speed or average velocity. There's how far the track is. Now all we have to do is get change in t by itself. So we can basically cross multiply this, multiply both sides by change in t. We will get the answer. Now there are no additional unknowns, so we can kind of skip over step 6 because we only need to solve for that. So there's, this is only applicable when there's 2 unknown variables. So when I multiply both sides by change in t, I get this. Then I divide both sides by 125. I get 8 seconds. So that means when we want to answer verbally, the car took 8 seconds to reach the finish line. Now, even though we don't have a specific formula for the car's velocity, it's okay. We can go back to the picture and see pretty clearly what we just solved for. It took 8 seconds to get for the car to get from point A to point B, given how far it traveled and what its average velocity was. That's it for this example. If you have any other questions about it, let me know.